The internet told you never roll your window down for police, or just crack it an inch, barely enough to pass papers. And I'm telling you straight, that advice is exactly how people get their windows smashed, their cars searched, and their charges upgraded. Here's the truth nobody wants to talk about. The real fight is not how far you roll the window down. You can win that little window argument and still lose your car, your weekend, and your entire case. If you actually want to keep cops out of your vehicle, you need to stop obsessing over the glass and start mastering what happens after the officer says the one sentence that changes everything. Step out of the vehicle for me. That's the trigger. That's when the law shifts. And that's where you either hand them your car on a silver platter, or you quietly shut the door on a search. And in this video, I'm going to show you when to roll the window down, when to shut up, and the exit and lock protocol that turns your car into a Fourth Amendment fortress. Let's go to school. Part 1, the window trap. Picture this, it's 11 p.m. You get pulled over for a dim tag light. Officer walks up. He can't see inside very well. He taps the glass. Roll the window down all the way. Your gut reaction, because you've watched YouTube, I don't have to. I know my rights. Here's the reality. Those internet warriors are about half right. In many jurisdictions, you don't technically have to roll the window all the way down, just enough to communicate and pass documents. But here's the real-world problem. When you keep that window mostly up, you hand the officer the greatest gift possible. Officer safety concerns. They can't see your hands, they can't see passengers, they feel threatened. And officers want the windows down, all the way down. When you refuse, you escalate the encounter exactly where they want it to go. You're forcing them to play their ace card. Now listen very carefully. If an officer tells you to step out of your vehicle, you do not argue. You do not ask why. You do not say, I know my rights. You step out. On this point, the law is settled. In 1977, the Supreme Court ruled Pennsylvania versus Mims. The slight inconvenience of you exiting the car is outweighed by officer safety. No suspicion required. A traffic stop alone is enough. And passengers, yes, this applies to you too. Maryland versus Wilson, everybody out. If you refuse that order, you are no longer fighting a ticket. You may now be committing a new crime. Obstruction, resisting. Things get deep very fast. A ticket can turn into charges in seconds. And worse than arguing the window or refusing to exit, locking yourself inside the car. That's how windows get broken. Police will break the glass. They will drag you out, and the judge will say it was lawful. The officer will say, I didn't damage the car to punish him. I did it for my safety. And the judge will nod and say, officer safety. So understand this clearly. Do not lock yourself in the car. It will not end the way you think. Now the officer orders you out. You feel defeated. Don't. This is exactly where we want to be, because the moment you step out, the entire legal landscape changes. The exit and lock strategy. You exit the vehicle, you close the door, and you lock it. You can even lock it before stepping out. Open door, hit the lock button, step out, shut it behind you. This is legal jujitsu. Why do you think they wanted you out? They want to lean in, smell marijuana, look under the seat, manufacture probable cause. By locking that door, you sever your connection to the vehicle. You reestablish a Fourth Amendment barrier. Now to get back inside, the officer needs one of three things: a warrant, fresh probable cause, or your consent. Guess which one they're going to try for. You're standing roadside, car locked, officer frustrated. Here comes the pocket check trick. Before I put you in my car, you don't have any weapons or drugs, right? You mind if I check your pockets? You mind if I just check the trunk? Catch that last one? Now you look them in the eye and say, I do not consent to searches. Say it calmly. Say it clearly. Be a broken record. I do not consent to searches. Yes, they can pat you down for safety, but without your consent, getting into your car requires probable cause or a warrant. And while you're outside, keep your mouth shut. Don't explain. Don't confess. Don't volunteer. I only had 2 beers. That bag is my cousin's. Stop. Just be quiet. It feels unfair. You feel treated like a criminal over a taillight. But the roadside is not a courtroom. It's not law school. It's not a debate stage. You don't win arguments there. The goal is to give your lawyer something to work with later. So remember, don't fight the window, comply with the exit, lock the door, deny consent. If you've watched this far, you must like me at least a little. Like the video, subscribe, leave a comment. If you can't think of a comment, tell me who it is remind you of. I read them, multiple times a day. 5-minute breaks, as many replies as I can. Nice ones, even the rough ones. Let me know what you think. And most importantly, thank you to everyone for your feedback and for helping improve our community.